freely trading on the same footpaths where their forefathers were forcefully chained and trafficked to Europe and the Americas as slaves. Tourists, researchers, and students profit from one of the high points of Limbe's 2017 Festival of Arts and Culture to discover the Bimbia slave trade village and to hear the untold stories of the past.
Coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over Georgia.
Here they come face to face with the brutality of the transatlantic slave trade, the ruins of Bimbia's slave trade market. Here 100,000 people were traced to have been captured as far as today's far north region of Cameroon. Here the reenactment of the story by the natives of Bimbia tells even better. Slaves crying for their dear lives as they are captured, tortured, chained, and sometimes raped, then sold for almost nothing and trafficked to other continents, some dying even before getting to their final destinations.
Only for all this gift only. I'll give you 1,500. Do you have any other thing to give me? I'll make it 50. That's intelligent. Why am I intelligent? I'll make it 50. Then 50.
50 is okay. Then we brought you whiskey. We call it schnapps. The strongest one you ever drunk.
Let me keep it for you. Let me keep it for you.
He's so mad, man. So mad. Bring us things you never saw.
We also wanted to bring out a message to expose Bimbia in such a way that we will feel concerned to know that people came from our regions. Sometimes you see the African Americans come and people ask, what are they coming for? They are coming for their roots. They want to know where they are from. And if we are connected and we know that I'm from Beti land and these people left from Beti, I'm a Bayangi and from the Bayangi land, and we had people left from Bayangi land and so on. The whole of Cameroon was involved in this trade. And so we want our people to know that it's our history and we have the duty to keep it for posterity, because history is something that is recorded, and we are recording in our own way, and we are hoping that with what the government has begun here, this site will be preserved. It's already a national heritage site, but we want it to go further so that what we have here will remain for many years again to come.
The choir of the University of Boya distills songs meant to reawaken the emotion which must have reigned then, as everyone tries to come to terms with what they have only watched on TV or read in books. Oh yes, Cameroon had its first troubles from the transatlantic slave trade.
Very nice trip. We are from the Department of Tourism and Hotel Management from Kumba, and we were brought here to come and visit the Bimbia slave trade village. You know, it has a very important role in history, the Cameroonian history. So we are very happy to have visited this place. At least it has given us a view of how our forefathers suffered, how they were treated, from the drama they acted. So it was a great
It wasn't a good experience our forefathers had to go through, but having been here where our forefathers were being traded to the Western countries, it's kind of looking at the past, and why not stepping from the past to move into the future, into a greater future.
As all leave the site, they will also have stories to tell, hoping that the world never expresses such wickedness again, and that never, never should this happen again.
A brother, a sister, a father who is sold for a bottle of whiskey and who is chained and taken to a faraway land. The story, indeed, Albert, doesn't need to be told again. I mean, we don't need to open another chapter like that. But thank you for bringing back that page on Hello Cameroon today. Mercy, Bimbia, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Bimbia is a place you know.
Yes, of course. I've been there in my secondary school days, about 2 trips. I've made 2 trips to Bimbia.
Okay.
And it's wonderful. I don't know how it looks like now, except I'm watching on TV. But I remember at the time we went to Bimbia when we were in Seka Baptist College, we would spend like 2 days in the camp because it has dormitories where you can sleep, and you visit all the sites that tell us a little bit about our history and what our forefathers had to go through in as slaves transported to America to go and work in the plantations. All of that history we learned, because for us back in school, it was not just about telling us a story as a history teacher, but living the experience. You cannot do Cameroon history without, you know, it's happening in your country, and you are living in Limbe. You need to first-hand experience. So that was the situation at the time.
You're talking about this at a time when the world is looking at Libya and accusing them of slave trade, because at this moment, our own brothers and sisters take to the sea and then go become slaves who are being sold, just like it used to be done in the slave trade era. They have a market, because you have these hundreds of migrants who want to cross the sea, so they are stuck in Libya. And so Libyans, some of them have become very creative. What they do is they sell them so that they go work farms or they go do housework.
Just to throw a little comment there, Pucci, I have I'm not going to mention the name, but I have a relative who happened to find himself in Libya, and at the time of the war, before Gaddafi was killed, he was part of a group of Cameroonians
who wanted to cross the
Not
Mediterranean.
that he wanted, he actually crossed the Mediterranean. And at a point we thought he was dead because of the war. We were not hearing any more from him. Only for us to hear